All right, let's just jump right in. I want you to picture a place where trust is absolute. A village where your home, your valuables, everything is completely safe. Now, what if I told you the secret to that safety wasn't some high-tech security system, but having no security at all?
So to find this place, we're heading to the state of Maharashtra in India. It's a region that's absolutely steeped in history and tradition, but there's one village here, man, it stands out for a reason you would just never guess.
The village is called Shani Shingnapur. And if you were just passing through, it might look like any other small rural town in the area. But it has this tradition that has been baffling outsiders for centuries.
Get this, for generations, the homes in Shani Shingnapur have been built without doors. And I'm not just talking about unlocked doors. I mean, many of them have no door frames, no permanent doors, nothing.
And it makes sense, right? If you don't have doors, you're certainly not going to have any locks. Everything is just open, accessible to anyone who happens to walk by.
And here it is. This is the detail that takes this from a kind of quirky custom to a genuine mystery. They claim that for centuries, there has been no theft, no robberies, just this incredible, deep sense of total security.
I mean, that's the question, isn't it? In a world where we all double-check our locks before we go to bed, how can an entire village just exist like this? How is this even possible? Well, if you ask the villagers, the answer has nothing to do with human trust. It's all about divine protection. They believe their village is being watched over by a seriously powerful guardian. And that guardian is Lord Shani, a Hindu deity who is all about justice and karma. The core belief, the thing that holds this whole system together, is that Lord Shani himself protects them from any kind of harm, especially theft.
Now, this is where it gets really wild. This belief isn't just some old story they tell, it's how they live top to bottom. It's not just their homes. For years, even the local bank, a major commercial bank, operated without locks. But the craziest part? Even the local police station didn't have a lock on its door. Just think about that for a second. The one place you'd expect to be locked down tight was just as open as everyone else's house.
So what stops anyone from just taking things? Well, that's the real deterrent. The belief is that justice from Lord Shani is swift and it is certain. Anyone who even tries to steal something in that village will supposedly face immediate consequences. We're talking serious misfortune, illness, or even worse.
And of course, this sets up a huge question. Is this a genuine miracle? Is it proof of the power of faith? Or is there something else going on here?
It really boils down to two camps. For the people who live there, and for plenty of believers who visit, this is undeniable proof of divine justice. But for the skeptics, well, they'd say it's probably a mix of things. A super tight-knit community, huge social pressure, and maybe just a centuries-long run of good luck.
But here's where the story takes a turn you might not see coming. We can sit here and debate faith versus coincidence all day long. But what happens when we look at the actual, hard data?
So let's put the stories and the beliefs aside for just 1 second and ask a very simple question. Do the facts, do the real-world numbers actually back up this incredible claim of a crime-free village?
And this is where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. According to official police records, up until as recently as 2010, the village had a crime rate of virtually zero. We're talking centuries of total openness with no reported thefts. That one fact, it makes it really, really hard to just dismiss this as a simple folktale. So where does all this leave us? We have a tradition that seems to defy all logic, a belief that somehow appears to be real, and crime statistics that actually support the unbelievable.
It really forces you to ask a much bigger question. Is the collective power of faith so strong that it can literally shape reality? Or is there some other powerful social dynamic at play here that we just don't fully understand yet?
So let me ask you this directly. After hearing all this, could you do it? Could you put all your trust, not in a deadbolt and a key, but in your neighbors and a divine protector? Seriously, would you live in a village with no locks? I'd love to know what you think.